Okay, so welcome, Alana. This is your interview just to share your experience with the Somatic Memory Repatterning Technique, SMRT for short. So you had a session with me last week, say
Yeah,
4 or 5 days ago. And
yeah.
just all we're going to talk about today is why you reached out to take part, to have a case study, be a case study, what your experience was, and what you've witnessed as a result of the treatment. So go ahead. So what brought you to become part of the case study trial?
Well, I seen your post on Facebook and something about it caught my attention, and I was like, maybe that's what's needed to get rid of this fear of being seen on social media. Excuse me, because it was holding me back. Obviously, I'd stayed away from it for a while because of circumstances, but when I was ready, I wasn't ready, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I was scared to be vulnerable and show who I am. And I knew that it was a deep rooted thing for me. And that's why obviously I reached out and obviously it was a fit.
Yeah, because yeah. So for you, it was you're a life coach and you had a story to share, but you'd had a bit of a traumatic experience and you had a real fear around being vulnerable and sharing the dark place it took you to. You thought nobody would be interested in working with you if you were really authentic and vulnerable about what you'd been through in your
Yeah.
life. And quite rightly so, when we have deep seated fears that are stored in our nervous system, we convince ourselves, oh, well, when I get here, when I do that other course, when I learn this other skill, when I have the right setup, I'll jump up. But when we've got all that in place, we still don't feel ready. And
Yep.
that's the nervous system holding us back because of a painful memory. So we jumped on. Just tell everybody how you experienced the session, what it felt like for you.
It actually brought up something that I didn't think it was going to bring up. I thought it was going to be something completely different. That was what I was thinking. And when it brought up that other memory, I was a bit like, wow.
Yeah.
And the fact that the words that were coming in were like, you're a freak and all these kind of things, that kind of took me back. I was a bit like, wow, I really thought of myself like that. And then after our session, obviously during it, but after it, and I was thinking about the freak bit, and I was like, no wonder I was held back so much. And like you said, I'm a life coach, I'm a Reiki master, and all these kind of things, but I'm always looking for the next course because I don't think I've got enough tools. And I have, but because of what happened with the bullying and being alone and, all that kind of stuff, it's held me back so much. But
How do you feel now?
I posted yesterday on my Facebook, on my social medias.
Well done. Well done.
So that was big. Um, Part of me feels like I just waffled a bit because I done a live, so it was just blah blah blah. But I was like, doesn't matter. The people that need to see it need to see it. And I've actually done a video today, not a live. I've done a video myself. I've not posted it yet, just to explain. Because yesterday I went into a bit why I'd been away, the losses and the deaths that I'd experienced and stuff. And today I just went on to explain my journey with grief and loss is different for everybody else's, and we have our own journey and that kind of thing. Because I think that's important. So, yeah. And as you can see, I'm smiling about it. So it's really, really good. But I've also got another social media page because I'm going to do 25 things in 2025 for myself.
Amazing.
So there's been a big shift.
Wow. Because when we jumped on, when I say think about how you feel towards, doing what you're doing, such showing up on social media, sharing you, so you felt sick, sweaty, or
Yep.
so anxious over it, weren't you?
Yep, 100%, yeah. But doing the live yesterday, there was none of that heaviness in my chest anymore or the redness in my cheeks because I was looking at it as if to say I'm a, but there was none of that. And afterwards I was buzzing. It was really, really good.
I'm so happy for you because it's such
Thank
a
you.
big weight off your shoulders, isn't it? What do you feel in yourself now?
I'm feeling more positive about things, more confident about showing my vulnerability because just because I'm a life coach doesn't mean because I'm having a hard time or say one day I'm feeling really low or I'm really emotional or, that kind of thing. That doesn't stop me from being good at what I'm doing. It just shows that I'm a human being and I
Yeah.
have the same feelings and emotions as everybody.
Yes.
So that's where I was. And I even admitted on the video as well that I'd been working with a coach, like a therapist.
Yeah. Good.
So
Yeah.
I didn't hide that because I
Amazing.
thought, why?
Yeah. And
So
that's something you really were completely terrified and just stopped yourself from even moving forward in your business, wasn't it? You were
yeah,
like, can't show myself fully me, can't tell people that I've been to dark places or I need support in my own life at times. Just no, because everybody will leave. And you had this deep childhood, scenario, bullying in school. And that was really affecting the here and now, wasn't it?
yeah.
And you said in a message to me that your friend, um, who knows your story, who knows you very well, was really quite amazed at how you were talking so positively about.
Yeah, she's a dog walker and I went out with her last Wednesday and I was just talking to her about it and what had happened and that I wanted to be seen on social media and stuff, but obviously I hadn't been and I was talking to her and she was getting like goosebumps and stuff and seeing the change in me because obviously I had been through a really hard time and she was like, this is not just one life. She was like, I can see quite a few lives and all these kind of things. And her talking about it stirred something in me that was, I think it was excitement. But she could see it off me as well because she could see like there was a weight lifted off me. So it was good. Yeah, really, really interesting.
And it all happened really quickly. The shifts can happen. So when you think about that painful childhood memory now, how does it feel to you?
Like it didn't exist.
Okay, and it was really painful, wasn't it, when you were in the.
Yeah, it was no nice at all.
Ex-
Yeah.
So now it just feels like, well, that happened, but there's no emotions around it, or can you not even see the memory anymore?
I know it happened, but because obviously it happened, but there's no attachment to it at all.
That's amazing. So that makes you free. It frees your nervous system, complete regulation. You move forward to because there's no scary big bad wolf that's going to come and get you now, which we think because we were so traumatized at 5, 6, whatever, we still think that's going to happen. We consciously, we're not aware that this imprint is still impacting us,
hmm
impacting our nervous system and preventing us. So that is so amazing. Um, what do you think is possible for you now that wasn't possible before?
Showing up on and being vulnerable on my social medias and not hiding who I am, not going on every day and being like, hi, all smiles and all that. If I'm not feeling it, then be honest because I think people will want to work with me more if I show the real me rather than being, oh, life's great and life's this and life's that. That's not how life works, Alana.
No, none of us, unfortunately, it doesn't. Um, so just going back to the last train of thought, this happens instantly, doesn't it? The memory fades as we do the technique together. You have the technique under your belt to use at home. So you did that practice at home, didn't
Yes,
you? Yeah.
yes.
And then it just helps to really solidify everything. So how quickly would you say you saw the physical behavioral shifts? Was it 24 hours, 48 hours?
No, I would say I started seeing small changes after the first time we done the routine. I
So
started,
within the hour, after the
yeah,
hour.
yeah. Straight away you see changes. And then it's took me a wee bit longer to post on social media, but that's just because of family circumstances. Otherwise I would have posted probably the next again day.
Yeah. So it's kind of an instant free and There's no coaxing that we need to do. There's no, come on, you come on. There's no like, I'm gonna be okay. There's not nothing really needs to happen for us to get on social media, as in, well, in your case, we don't really need to talk ourselves into it
No,
because the resistance isn't there anymore, which is quite alien, isn't it? When you've felt
yeah,
that way for so long.
yeah, 100%, because I've never liked showing my vulnerability in front of anyone, or, fear of judgment and all these kind of things. And now I'm like, who cares? If people don't like what I'm saying, then they don't need to listen. Whereas before I'd have been thinking, what's Harry going to think, or what's Jane going to think, all these kind of things. Now I don't care.
And that's so debilitating, and so many people have that as well. So many people, I hear it. If I had a penny for every time somebody says, I really want to, but fear, judgment, criticism, shame, what they're going to say, what they're going to think, embarrassment, what if I'm no good? All of this, these are just the minutia, the surface level stuff. And we think that's what's going on, but it's not. It's a memory that's stored and imprinted in the nervous system that
Hmm.
needs released. Get rid of all this, and you just go forward with freedom and authenticity like you are.
Yeah, yeah. It's really good. Really, really good. I recommend it to anybody.
Oh,
Honestly.
thank you, Alana. I really appreciate you taking part in the study, and I really appreciate you being so open to give me your honest feedback and to show up with in the way that you have done. I'm happy for you, and I can't wait to see all the good work that you do going forward.
Thank
Watch
you
this
so,
space.
so much. Yes, watch this space.
Watch
But
this.
thank you. Thank you.
My
Honestly.
pleasure. It's been an honor.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, my love. Lots of love.
Thanks.